My name is Caleb.
I'm Avery, and I'm in 7th grade.
And we are part of the Great Hearts Online community. So we wanted to just let you know a little bit about our experience so far. This is our second year. Avery started with Great Hearts Online in 6th grade. We started homeschooling due to the pandemic, like a lot of families did. Her first year of homeschooling, we had a different online program. There was things about that that weren't quite what we were hoping for. So when we found Great Hearts Online, we were really excited. And it's been great so far. Last year, we were so impressed with the teaching, the curriculum, the amount of help that was given to Avery during the year, just her growth as a student and what she was learning. All of that was super impressive. We really have enjoyed just the communication with the school. We feel like we're in an in-person school. So there's not, the difference is that she's doing this online from 8 a.m. till 12 is when her classes are, but then she's able to be home and have that time to work at her own pace and do her own independent study with it. But we have always felt like we're included and we're part of a school, that we're not on our own, that we're not just trying to homeschool by ourselves, which would have been really daunting. So those are the parts that we've enjoyed so far.
Yeah, a couple of other things that really drew us to Great Hearts while we were evaluating other online options for Avery. We really loved the student to teacher ratios. We also really love the fact that it's a true virtual classroom experience. And by that I mean, it's not just a teacher signing on for 3 to 5 minutes, giving assignments, and then the kids are just left to on their own for the balance of the class period. It's actual online instruction for the entire allotted time for the class, for the classroom. So we really liked that. The homework as well is, I feel like, and we feel like, is engaging. It really grows and stretches her critical thinking, and not just busy work, not just filling in homework just to have homework, but it really serves the overall curriculum and is relevant to what they're studying at the time.
Avery, what have you liked about Great Hearts Online?
I really liked how much support the teachers offer. They're always suggesting that we come to office hours if we have any questions about the material that we're learning. And they're always there if we have any questions and inviting us to stay after class, so I really liked that.
Awesome.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Information Night and our open house. We're so happy that you're here and that we have a chance to share a little bit about our school. So one thing that I would love for you to know about is, this is the agenda. So we'll be following this. We have several leaders that are going to be sharing tonight with you a little bit about our lower school, our upper school, and our high school experience. So we have a K through 2 coach, kindergarten through 2nd grade, and then a 3rd through 5th grade coach who will be sharing with you a little bit, and then our high school or junior high and high school coach. So, and then just sharing with you a little bit about our different models as well. So that's ahead of us. One thing that I would really love to just start with is the mission of Great Hearts, and that is to cultivate the hearts and minds of students in the pursuit of truth, goodness, and beauty. And that is something that our teachers aim to focus on and highlight every single day that they teach. It's just really part of who we are, and we want our students to know and see what is true, good, and beautiful, and be able to recognize that and pursue that in their studies and in their life as students. Also, we really want to bring classical liberal arts education to any student in Arizona, not just the students who live within the proximity of a brick and mortar or who have been accepted at a brick and mortar because they made it up on the wait list, but for any students who are a little further down on the wait list or they live further out and at a distance from one of our brick and mortar schools, we want to invite those students to really pursue a Great Hearts education and know what it's like to be in a classical education classroom and really being taught so many beautiful things that have stood the test of time in their education and in their learning experiences. So we aim to give our students the same exact education that they would receive at one of our Great Hearts brick and mortar schools. So that means all of our curriculum is the same. We cover the same scope each year in our grades, and we also really take to heart the pedagogy and the way of teaching. So we involve students in their learning. They're part of the conversation. We welcome them in. We believe that stirring up their curiosity and that lifelong love of learning is so important. And it's not just for our students, but our teachers are committed to lifelong learning as well. So they're true mentors to our students because it's important to them that they set an example. And we talk about that a lot in our professional development, as well as far as being an example to our students and really inspiring their joy and curiosity and their participation in class. So, so students really do join in, and they really own their learning experience, and the teachers help them on that path. So you'll see on this slide our 9 core virtues, and starting in kindergarten, we talk about these virtues. And in the literature that we read, in our history classes, even in our math classes and our specials, there are conversations about these 9 virtues and why they're so important. And it's part of developing and teaching and guiding the whole child, and not just helping them acquire knowledge, but these virtues and learning these virtues and practicing them and talking about them and celebrating them is part of how children become wise, right? It's not just about knowledge, but it's also about wisdom. And that is learning how to be a good person and contribute to society and contribute to their community. So that's just as important to us as all of the studies and the stories that they learn in class. So this love for learning is something that's very, very important to us. And just to say one more time, it is the same curriculum that we use in our brick and mortar school. So if you are on a wait list, we would love for you to come and join us and just get a jump start on your child's education. So with that, I am going to pass this to one of our school leaders. She is the assistant head of lower school, Miss Carrie Godwin.
Hello, everybody. I'm so pleased to be here today. So I'm just going to piggyback a little bit off of what head of school, Mrs. Schwardak, had to say about our online program. We are, as she stated, one of the Great Hearts schools. So we have all of the same wonderful curriculum to offer, but it looks a little bit different because we are in an online setting. So the first thing that people are always wondering is how long are children really on their computer during the day? And to answer that question, I would like to tell you a little bit about the various classes that we offer. So when students are in a live learning setting, a live learning model, they will join a Zoom with their teachers for 2 to 4 hours a day. So our little ones are only on the Zoom for 2 hours a day. And as they get older, they increase the amount of time that they join a live Zoom with their teacher. In the afternoon, we have various opportunities for smaller group support. So we have ELA and Spalding and math tutoring offered to our students so that they can meet in a small group with their teachers with children of similar learning needs and specifically taught curriculum for those learning needs. Outside of that, we also have extracurriculars. So there's clubs. We have a chess club going on right now that's wonderful. We have a tapestry and cross-stitch club, all kinds of activities to engage the students socially. And we also have reading groups to enhance our students' reading ability. So all of those things are these little snippets throughout the day where children can participate and join us and feel like a part of a community, and also receive really specific instructional time from their teacher. After that, we work really hard to partner with our parents. And by working hard, I don't mean that we find the work difficult. I do mean that we work hard to ensure that every family feels as much a part of this community as we feel for them. So we find that because we welcome each other into our homes online, the computer is not a deterrent to creating a community. And in fact, it becomes a friend. We see into your home and you see into our home. And in that way, we're really intertwined in each other's lives, and we get to know each other super well. And we're able to set up phone calls and Zooms and one-on-one times with the teachers and conversations with the leadership to talk about your specific child's needs and how it's going at home. And we often talk about what a transition might look like as well. So some people are online for life, and some people are online because they're on a wait list. There's a whole number of reasons why you might make this choice for your family. So we really like to get to know each family individually, find out why they've made these decisions, and partner with you to create the best experience for your child. In doing that, we really do spark the interest of the children in the way that Mrs. Twardek said. The teachers are wonderful at student engagement. We participate in Socratic discussion. We ask for certain materials and send certain materials to be hands-on explorations at home. There's often extensions that you can do with your child outside, offline. There's extra things that you can do online. And there's also the basics, which is plenty and enough of what everybody needs in order to learn everything that they need to learn in the grade level that they're in. So for example, when we do a math class, you would see that we go from the concrete to the pictorial to the abstract, meaning that students, especially very young students, are going to start with manipulative materials. They're going to get their hands touching and feeling all of the pieces that will go into their math learning later on in life. And after that, they'll draw some pictures to represent the pieces that they have touched. And finally, it turns into the abstract numbers to create solutions in the way that we all think of math. And that engages both their minds and their bodies and their hearts. It sparks that interest and that wonder, that natural curiosity that they have in the world to ask questions and respond to the teacher's questions. So from here, I would like to talk a little bit about our upper schools and transfer over to Mrs. Christina Coley. She is our assistant head of upper school, and she can tell you a little bit more about what it looks like when students are less tactile and more prone to staying on the computer and spending time with their teachers.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for introducing me. I'm excited to share with you about the upper school experience. Similar to many middle school experiences, students become more independent in these grade levels, and they start to manage a little bit more. Instead of having just one or two teachers that they're going between, now they have 6 or 7 teachers. And so there's an increased sense of independence and responsibility, and just overall responsibility for one's learning. Students start to collaborate with one another too in class. You might have seen in a brick and mortar classroom, students might group up and work on a task together or have a discussion with each other. And we try to do the same thing even in our online class. So of course we do whole group discussions all together, but we also provide opportunities for students to go into breakout rooms, which is a Zoom tool. So students will go into breakout rooms and work on different tasks together, whether it be a Latin translation activity or working through a math word problem. Students have opportunities to work in small groups to work through those tasks together. Similar to the K-5 experience, students also have Socratic discussions, and it looks a little bit different as they move into the upper grades. So students are doing the reading outside of the classroom. They're preparing for it. They're annotating their text, learning those annotation skills, preparing some responses, and being ready to engage in that when they come into the class the next day. And so students will have a more sustained, longer, in-depth seminar where they come ready to discuss a question that's been put before them, and they will interact with their peers and their teacher. And as they even move older, some of them may begin to lead those seminar times. And so that's something that happens in our brick and mortar classrooms, and we're really excited that that's something that we've been able to carry into our online class as well. And like I mentioned, there's an increased sense of responsibility and ownership. So students are learning how to set goals for themselves. They're learning how to take notes, developing study skills, and there's a little bit less of parental oversight in the 6th through 8th grade. It's still important, though. We still want parents to be there alongside their students, helping to ensure that they're completing their work, they're staying on track, and they're developing those learning habits that they need to be successful. And so now we're going to take a look into what a classroom might look like. And this is a really unique classroom experience that we're going to look at. This is a 6th grade class doing a science experiment. And so we try to do things that aren't just sitting at the computer all day or working in a workbook, but actually working with your hands and creating something. So our 6th grade students were doing an experiment together, and you can see the teacher leading them through that. So we'll take a look there to see a look into a classroom.
Take your yeast. If you have the bottle, then remember we're going to do 2 teaspoons. If you have the bags, I think Jenny's the only one that's going to start with 1. If you have a funnel, you can use your funnel. If you don't have a funnel, you can get a piece of paper and make a funnel to be able to use, or you can just put it directly in your water bottle, whatever works best for you. Okay, so we're putting 2 teaspoons of yeast in each bottle. Did you have a question?
Yes. So this thing says it can be substituted as yeast. This
Okay.
bread flour right here.
Okay, then go ahead and use it.
Okay.
Okay, bottle 2, 1 teaspoon of sugar. Okay, so now we're going to put 1 cup of warm water in each bottle. 1 cup of warm water in every bottle. Once you have that in there, just gently mix your bottle around. Just gently give it a little swirl and mix. So get your initial measurement for your balloon. We're going to go around the width of the balloon. So take it from one edge. Go around the width of the balloon to the other edge. Here's the distance I have for my balloon. So I'm going to get my measurement. If you're using yarn or something, try not to stretch it when you measure it. Just let it take its own length. Yep, that's perfect, Josiah. You can use that. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to put a balloon on each water bottle. Be careful putting it on the top that you don't knock it over or something. Once you get all those on, then you're ready to start making your first measurement 15 minutes from now. Okay, so if you have your balloon on, then 15 minutes from now, you're going to make your first measurement. And you're going to record your data. Then 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. So every 15 minutes, just check your balloon and record your data. Once you're done at 2 hours, then you can go ahead and dispose of your content so they don't get too messy.
I hope you enjoyed that video. I know that the students really enjoy doing those types of activities together. And not only are they doing experiments like that, but they might be doing stand-up wiggle breaks or things like that in the younger grades and getting outside and exploring their surrounding. And so a lot of the activities that students do aren't just at their computer, but exploring their their neighborhood or their surroundings in order to complete their task. So now I'm going to talk to you about our high school experience, which is a really unique experience and something we're excited to be able to offer. Something that makes our high school experience different is that we offer a college pathway. And so students, if they want to, can earn an associate's degree by the time they graduate with us at Great Hearts Online. Students still take the same core classes that are offered in our brick and mortar schools like humane letters, biology, geometry, all of those normal classes, but there's an opportunity for dual credit and also for college credit. So we do offer dual credit for certain courses like humane letters and biology in our spring semester this year. And moving forward, we'll be offering dual credit for similar courses. And we'll also be offering college credit for some of the elective courses. For example, in the spring, students will be able to earn college credit for an art course or a music course. And in our fall semester, they were able to earn college credit for a PE course. And so we have a few different college partnerships, and things will be changing slightly next year with our partnerships, but this year we are partnering with Western Texas College as well as Arizona State College, and next year we will be partnering with Southeastern University. And so there's a lot of great experiences that we can provide our students with a rigorous Great Hearts high school experience that prepares them for college and also, knocks off some of those credits that they would have to do when they're entering into college. And so it's a really unique program. It's rigorous. It's the same offerings that our brick and mortar students have with the addition of the college opportunity. So we hope that you'll consider joining us for high school in the future. Thank you. And now I would like to introduce Ms. Walls, who will be sharing with us about some of our different models that we have, as well as some of our support programs.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Coley. Just as Mrs. Coley said, my name is Carrie Walls, and I'm a Dean of Academics at Great Hearts Online. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Welcome. We're almost finished, so bear with us for a few more minutes. We have two different models that we offer at Great Hearts Online right now. We have a teacher-led live instruction model, and we also have a flexible week model. You can see on the slide in front of you who these models are best for, the kind of person that it worked well with. So you can see for our flexible model, we really prefer those more independent scholars who are able to kind of stay on track of everything at home. If you have a kiddo at home who is just great about staying on task, the flex model might be a great opportunity for your family. It gives you a little bit more room when it comes to maybe traveling. The assignments have a little bit more time before they're due. So just like the name says, it's just more flexible. And if you are interested in this model rather than the teacher-led instruction model, then we just ask you to reach out to a grade level coach like myself and have a conversation with us about it and why you might be interested in choosing that model. We even have some scholars who the sibling is in flex and their brother or sister is live. So it really is just all about what works best for your scholar and your family. We also offer exceptional student support, or ESS as we call it. And this includes 504s, IEPs. We also offer EL, or English language instruction. And in this case, we have our ESS coordinator, Mrs. Bernstein, will partner with the families and teachers. We make sure that we're coming up with a plan that really works for the child, especially in an online environment. We know that online learning looks different from live learning, and that definitely translates over to our scholars who might need some extra support. And if your scholar comes to us from a previous school with an IEP or a 504, we will, of course, honor that at our school as well. Sometimes our teachers are working with the scholar and they might notice that a scholar needs a little extra help. So we meet as a grade level team and we talk about what's going to work best for that scholar. How can we get them on track? And if we see that the scholar is still struggling to meet those goals that we have set, at that time we may end up referring your scholar over to ESS. And we do some English language instruction as well. So that happens every single day, Monday through Friday, with our wonderful EL teacher, and she does a great job with our kiddos. And additionally, just like Mrs. Godwin mentioned earlier in the evening, we have tutoring and office hours and different interventions like math, reading, writing, and those are open to all of our students and are usually based on a teacher referral. And finally, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our community building events. And I know Mrs. Godwin touched on this as well with our extracurriculars that we have going on. So this could be like a chess in the afternoons. We love our parents to be involved with this. If there is some kind of organization you would like to present to the students, that would be great. And we can help coordinate that with you. And we do some out of school meetups as well. They're not really field trips because they are optional. We know that some of our families are coming to us from all over the valley, but we like to schedule those. We call them kind of informal meetups, educational meetups, and they usually tie into the curriculum. And we try to open it up to multiple grade levels. So sometimes we go to the zoo when we're learning about ecosystems, or maybe we go to the Renaissance Festival, and that aligns with some of our curriculum in the lower and upper schools. And finally, if you are familiar with our brick and mortar Great Hearts campuses, there is a big field day event that happens every single year. We offer that to our scholars as well. It's a lot of fun. It's a chance for everybody to get together, and we always just have a great time. So without further ado, I am going to turn it back over to our head of school, Mrs. Twardek, and she is going to close out the evening for us.
Thank you, Ms. Walls. Hello, everyone. I do want to let you know that we have current openings in some of our grades. So not only is this an opportunity to share our school with you for this next year and for your K through 10th grader, but if you have a student right now and you're looking for another opportunity and online seems like a great fit, in January, early January, after winter break, we are accepting new students. So if you have a kinder through 9th grader who would like to join us starting at the beginning of January, we would love to invite you to apply and have you join us and our wonderful community. And if you're looking for an opportunity for the fall, now is the time to enroll as well. So current enrollment for new families for next fall is beginning, and we would love for you to apply and join us. So please visit our website at greatheartsonline.org. If you would like more information and you'd like to apply, or you just have some questions that you'd like answered, then please email to the email address that's showing up on your screen right now, info@greatheartsonline.org. And I just want to say thank you so much for coming tonight or listening tonight from your home or your car, or wherever you are. And again, we would just love to have you part of our community and learn alongside you and your child, and have you be part of our wonderful, rich community. And part of Great Hearts. So welcome, and encourage you to apply. And we hope you have a great evening. Thank you so much for attending tonight. Good night, everyone.